Hey guys, it's Brian. We're back here in the garage with the Frostbite JL, and today we're going to be installing a tailgate table. This one comes from Vector Off-Road out of Utah. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright guys, this is going to be the Vector Off-Road JL tailgate table. I think it looks pretty nice. I can't wait to get this on the Jeep. It does utilize a latchless design with magnets, so I'm pretty excited about that. Won't rattle at all, hopefully. And then it does have some nice molly straps. And then it also has got some hooks here. You can open a bottle on that, and then you can also hang your trash bag on there. And then we got our hardware here. It does come with a nice template, so we know where to drill on the tailgate table. And then some spacers, and then the cable for this. This is a pretty nice piece. This is made in the US, out of Provo, Utah, from Vector Off-Road. And they were nice enough to go ahead and give us a coupon code. So it's gonna be FJL20, and that'll save you guys 20 bucks off on this one. All right guys, so if you guys go ahead and buy this in the next 60 days, you can use that coupon code. It's gonna be FJL20. That'll save you the 20 bucks off. They rarely do coupon codes, so that's a pretty good deal we were able to get for our followers and subscribers. That's pretty cool. This is pretty neat. Should be a really easy install. We just gotta drill some holes and get those 4 bolts in. So let's go ahead and throw that on the vehicle. Alright guys, so this is where that tailgate table is going to go. We're going to start by pulling off this plastic. We do need to use a step bit, a 7/8 one. We're going to mark our holes and drill those out. That way we can get those spacers in there to mount that table. So let's go ahead and we'll pull this plastic piece off. Alright guys, so go ahead and get your plastic pry tool and let's get this off. Alright, easy as that. Alright guys, now that we got the plastic piece over at the bench, we are going to take our templates and we're going to go ahead and put them where they say to. This one says latch side, so that's pretty easy. That's going to be over here on this side. We're going to get these all laid out, kind of tape them down. We're going to drill those 1/8 inch pilot holes. Alright, so once we get that big piece there, that big template there, we're going to go ahead and come over here and pop out this little trim piece, this trail ready section. And then you're going to take this template with the little hole in it, and that goes right over the peg here. And that'll give you your spot to drill. And then we'll flip this over and we'll do the bottom drill piece. All right, so once you get the front side ones on, you're gonna wanna go ahead and put the 4th drill spot here on the back, and we'll go ahead and drill these guys out. And then we can open them up with the step bit. Alright, so after you get those 4 holes drilled, if you do want to retain this trail ready cover piece, what you're going to want to do is pop this back on, and we'll continue that drill through the backside into this, and then we'll need to open up this as well with that step bit. Pretty easy. We should go ahead and keep this. It's a nice looking trim piece, so we'll put that back on. Alright guys, so now we got all those pilot holes drilled, you're going to get your 7/8 step bit, and we're going to go ahead and open up these holes. So let's do that now, and then we can get it on the Jeep. Alright, easy as that. Let's do that 3 more times. Alright guys, so that's what it's going to look like once you go ahead and get these opened up to 7/8 with the step bit. We did go ahead and pull that cover off and drill through the backside here. I do want to retain this cover, so we also opened that up as well. That's going to make room for our spacers for our mounting hardware. So let's go ahead and we'll throw this back on the Jeep and we'll start mounting that table. Alright guys, so we're back over at the Jeep. We do have our drilled out plastic cover piece. And then when I went ahead and kind of fit this up, you can kind of see where it's going to mount. It's going to mount here and here. But then it's also going to mount over here by the hinge in these 2 spots. So we do have these little bolts that we need to pull out to make room for our new hardware. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so it's going to actually be an 8mm for these 2 factory bolts. Let's go ahead and pull those off real quick, and that'll make room for that hardware. Alright guys, so now that you go ahead and get those 8mm out of the way, pull the washers with those as well too. We'll go ahead and pop this piece back on and we can start getting that tailgate on there. Alright guys, so now we're going to finish assembling the table. We do need to go ahead and put the cables on here. That's going to control how far this table will open once it's on the Jeep. So you go ahead and just throw these on with a couple Allens and some washers, and then we can put this bad boy on the Jeep for you. Alright, so you want to go ahead and throw your hinge on now. You're going to throw the bolt, pass it through towards the outside. Then we're going to put a washer, then the hinge, then another washer, and then the locking nut here for you. This nut's going to be an 11 millimeter, and the Allen's going to be a 4 millimeter metric. So we'll go ahead and we'll tighten those down, and then we'll attach it up top here. All right, so when you're installing this one up at the top of the tailgate portion, you want to do a bolt washer, pull that through, and then you're going to do another washer. You're going to do your cable, and then another washer and a nut. So a little bit different than the bottom side of the hinge there. But we'll go ahead and we'll tighten these guys down with that 11 millimeter. When we'll put the other side on, we should be ready to install this. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like once you get that cable on. You wanna get it nice and tight, but not too tight that you can't adjust the cable here. So we're gonna go ahead and install this on the other side, and then we should be all set. So now that you go ahead and you got your cables on there, we're gonna go ahead and get our hardware out to mount this into the Jeep's tailgate. They are side specific and top and bottom specific. They were nice enough to handwrite which ones went where. So let's go ahead and we'll grab the ones we need and we'll get this on the Jeep. All right guys, so if you go ahead and open up your packaging, they did have it labeled, which is nice, but 3 of these are gonna be different sizes. So you got a large one, which is gonna be your driver's side of the vehicle top hole. That one's gonna be a 5 millimeter. Then the driver's side bottom hole, that's gonna be a 4 millimeter. And then the 2 bolts, the 8 millimeter bolts we removed there, those are going to be 3 millimeters, so they're going to be the smallest diameter bolt here for you. So just something to keep in mind when you're throwing this together. They did need to accommodate the factory holes, so that's why they did that. So let's go ahead and we'll get the top 2 on, and we'll cinch it down, then we can put the bottom 2 on. All right, now would be a good time to have your assistant come over and help you put this on. We'll get these top 2 tightened, then I can install the bottom ones. All right, guys, so we got everything loosely installed. You definitely want an extra set of hands. You do need to keep those spacers in there while also trying to thread the bolts in. It's doable, you just need an extra set of hands. We're gonna go ahead now and snug it all down, and then we should be all done. All right, guys, we got the Vector off-road tailgate table installed here. It turned out pretty nice. I really like how it looks on the back here. It looks like it's going to function great. It does use magnets instead of latches like a lot of the other tables, so it should be rattle free. You just pop it up like that, and it's real sturdy, so you can even hang stuff off these MOLLE slots here as well, which I plan on putting my first aid kit on there. But yeah, it works great. Should hold a decent amount of weight. We'll show what it looks like with the stove on it as well. And let's go over the reasons why we picked this one. All right, guys, now that we got this installed, let's talk about why I went with this one. I went with the Vector off-road one. It is made in the US, and it does come in at a pretty sweet price point. It's just over $200, $210. But if you guys use that coupon code, it's FJL for Frostbite JL 20, and that will save you $20 on this. And like I said, they don't normally do coupons. That's just something they offered for our channel and for our viewers. So go ahead and take advantage of that if you want to get this. That is only good for 60 days, so you want to hop on that while you can. And then another reason why I went with this is because of the latchless design. It's got the magnets there for you, so that'll be nice. It'll be nice and rattle free. It does have metal cable connectors here. A lot of the cheaper ones on Amazon come with paracord, and that does wear out. I've seen some bad reviews about that. And then you know, the more expensive ones, they are nice, but I'm not overlanding in this every weekend like Trail Recon is. And Marco, they use this a lot, so I didn't need a $350 one. I think this is going to be great for when we're wheeling off-road, and when we go on the Rubicon, I can set up my stove. I got my first aid kit on here, and then you can also got a little bottle opener, definitely need that, and then a trash bag holder, which is nice. So this will be great for heating up some coffee, making breakfast, that kind of thing. So I think this turned out great. Guys, go ahead and check out the link for Vector Off-Road. Go over and use that code. That'll save you 20 bucks on this tailgate table. They also make this for the JK, which is pretty sweet. And then go ahead and like and subscribe and follow the channel. We got some more cool stuff coming along. Thanks, guys.